What's up, traders? Welcome to another daily market update. This is going to be a little quicker than yesterday's. Like I said, I'm going to narrow it down today with only the interesting stuff. So let's just jump right into the chart and begin with Bitcoin. Before I start, I just want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to Prime Expertise for helping me out on this channel. Prime Expertise is my main exchange where I trade all my BTC trades, my Forex trades, my gold and silver, my S&P 500 trades, and my oil trade. We actually got some very interesting setups going on Forex and the legacy markets right now. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin, the BTC dominance, the alts, and later the Forex, but definitely stay to the Forex part. That's the important part. That's the interesting part. And as traders, you should be interested in all markets, not only crypto. I know that most of my followers are crypto. And speaking of followers, I know that most of you are actually not subscribed to the channel. And if you like my content and you view it on a regular basis, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's really what keeps me going, and it's what shows me if the interest is up or down, right? So the more subscribers I get, the more feedback I get, the more videos and more educational content I will be able to provide you guys with. So I think down here in that corner somewhere, you will have a libs 42 logo. Press that one and boom, there will be this big subscribe button. Press it. Thank you. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is well, beautiful. This is very nice. So we have broken first we'll take a look at this one, this daily range right here. So we did bounce off the daily range right here. We have reclaimed this area right here that we marked out in yesterday's market update. So I wanted to see a close, a 4-hour open close above this one for a possible trade. Honestly, what I want to see right here is, because this range has been horrendous in trading on the lower time frames, honestly. So people have been stopped out all over the place. It's a very dangerous range to be playing in. A lot of shopping is going on. So be careful, guys. Be careful. If there's no obvious trades in front of you, do not take a trade. Cash is a position too. Not being in trade is actually a trade too. It's a trading decision not to take a trade. So just because Bitcoin is moving doesn't mean you have to be in Bitcoin, right? You only have to take a trade when the trade is obvious. And what am I seeing right now for Bitcoin? Am I seeing something obvious right here? Well, not really obvious, but I like what I'm seeing right here. And honestly, I think that if you were looking for an entry on Bitcoin going upwards, going forward, this wick right here in the 4-hour, that would probably have been your best entry. So what you get right here is a 4-hour open and close after the breakout of range high right here. So this is actually the, man, my face is way too big. I should probably make that a bit smaller. You're probably more interested in watching the chart than actually watching my face. Or are you? I don't know. Battery level is critical on the following device. Wireless mouse MX Master 3. It kind of sounds like I want to charge my mouse, right? So let's quickly do that. Got my cable here. Let's plug it in, because I don't want it to die when recording a video. That would be pretty goddamn awkward. Alright, so by the way, I love this mouse. I love it. So I bought a new mouse. Actually got recommended for me from a user in, look at this beautiful little starship. So I got it recommended for me from a member in the Bermnest. Love it. And also I bought this wireless Logitech MX or whatever. It's just beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Alright, Bitcoin. So I think that after breakout here of range high of this lower 4-hour range right here, I do think that like the proper way to play this is to wait for a 4-hour open close and long the first rounded retest of this area right here. The problem is the fact that we had this very nice test already on the hourly. Right, so we had a immediate retest of this one. That's why I'm not taking this trade. If we wouldn't have gotten this, I would most likely have taken an entry here. But right now, I'm not interested in that because we have the immediate retest on the 1 hour. For me, that's not a super high probability trade, so I'm not going to take it. I take high probability trades that are likely to be winners, right? So this one right here, I'm not sure. That's in my opinion, very likely possibility that Bitcoin will actually come down and test the RLC of this move, confluent with the range EQ. And when we actually test the range EQ, well, we are back inside the range. But I do think that if you're looking for an entry on Bitcoin, if you think it's going higher, I do think that this entry right here is very interesting. But the thing is, you would most likely want to have your stop loss below range low and your first take profit up around 10k. So that's not really going to give you a very, very good R, right? So let's take a look at this. You want to enter in the middle of the RLC. You want your stop loss below this wick, or let's just, around this area. Well, actually, I kind of like it. Not what I expected. The problem though is, let's see, let's take a look at the hourly here. So yeah, this is quite nice entry actually. I do pretty much like this. And is it confluent with the range on the bigger range? Well, the stop loss would be below range EQ. So yeah, kind of, you know what? It's looking quite nice actually. So if you're looking for an entry on Bitcoin, maybe this one is actually pretty good. So around 9.4 to 9.450 might be a pretty good entry on Bitcoin if you think this is going higher. But as you guys know, I'm a little bit bearish bias on Bitcoin, so right now I'm not really sure that we will see a huge move to the upside. This is still very high time frame resistance, but I mean the R is definitely there. So yeah, not a bad trade, not a bad trade. I'm gonna leave this on the chart to take a look at it closer after the video. All right, so what else do I want to talk about on the daily? Well, for Bitcoin, what I'm looking for right now is a daily open and close above the 21 EMA daily to confirm it reclaimed. Then this is going to be a pretty nice entry, right? And also notice that if you take a look at this one, you have the daily 21 EMA right here on this level right here. So if this daily candle closes above the 21 EMA daily and you haven't had a retest of this area, that might be a very good trade. So you get a daily open and close above the 21 EMA daily. You long the first retest of the 21 EMA daily, confluent with the RLC of this move and confluent with a good level on the lower time frames. That's my ideas on Bitcoin. If that idea does not work out well, I do think it's very likely that we drop range EQ for a move down to range low around 8.5 to 8.6. That's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the BTC dominance quick. So how's the BTC dominance? If the BTC dominance is bullish, I'm bearish on alts. If the BTC dominance is bullish, I just said that. If the BTC dominance is bearish, I'm bullish on alts. Maybe I just said I need to actually think before I speak. So the daily, how's the daily looking? We're still ranging actually inside this range. Have we reclaimed this area? We have. We haven't really broken this one right now. I think that the BTC dominance is not looking very good for alts. I mean, sure, as long as we trade below this resistance area, it's a decent opportunity for a couple of alts. But really, what we need to see is confirmed bearish market structure on the 4 hour, and we're not going to see that until we have a move below this support right here. So not very interested in. Not looking perfect for alts, and especially not with Bitcoin moving. So, bad BTC. How is bad BTC looking? So now, as you can see here, I have a small setup on the chart here. This is just something that I'm watching, just as a reminder to me. This is not an exact setup. This is just a reminder to me on something I'm watching, right? So do not take this trade. It's not a complete trade. It's just something I'm watching. So we have this up move from bad BTC. We had a daily open and close above the 200 simple, like I wanted, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's add the moving averages here, and as you can see now, the 200 simple is confluent with the RLC, the long RLC of this move up. I think it's very likely that we might see a wick down inside the RLC right here before I move higher. Looking at the lower time frames right here, I do think that it's very likely that if we reclaim this area being 2566, I do think it's very likely we see a move up to at least 2685, and I would have my stops below this low. But I would like to see first a 4 hour open and close and then long the first retest. And as you guys know, I'm quite bullish on Bitcoin. I mean, BAT for the long term, and this is quite obvious why, right? You can kind of see how we bounced off range low confident with this RLC of this whole range. I do think that if we have a time frame confirmation, we are most likely going to hit range EQ for BAT. 1 BTC. How's 1 BTC looking? We had a daily open and close above this red box resistance. We kind of came down and touched this area quite nicely, not perfectly, but quite nicely, especially with the price action we had right here. So it's quite obvious that this would have been a good entry on that one. If you've been following my analysis on one, maybe you actually took this trade, I'm not sure, but I know a lot of people have been watching this. Stop loss I would like to have below this area here for a trade that would look something like this. Let's say you actually entered on that wick. The trade would look like this, right? So a good 3.5R to this order block EQ up here around 62. Ravencoin, RVN BTC. So what are we seeing right here? Well, actually we're seeing a nice bounce of the RLC here, but we're failing to hold it. So not looking good for RVN, not interested right now. I want to see a clear continuation to the upside. We also have this W pattern right here. It's not looking good for RVN. We should have seen more upside on this pump. We haven't seen that yet, so I'm not interested in RVN at this moment. Ethereum BTC, I gotta be quick because I want to do this video in under 20 minutes max. Ethereum BTC, this is what I'm watching. We're inside this range right now. I want to see this red box resistance get taken out to the upside before I long Ethereum versus BTC. So take out the 25,700 to 26,000 area I want to see taken out to the upside. ADX BTC, we actually had a daily open and close above this previous resistance area. We're now coming down for a retest. What I would like to see is confirmed bullish market structure on the lower time frames, and the lower time frames being the 4-hour to the hourly candle. REQ BTC, we had a beautiful bounce off the RLC right here up to this resistance area right here. We got rejected up here as expected, but if you took this trade, congratulations, very nice. You could have just, you know, entered in the midpoint of the RLC, stop below the RLC, and take profit up in this resistance area for a good 2.4R. And actually we're testing the midpoint of the RLC right now here too. So looking at the very low time frames, let's look at the 15 minutes right here. We might have a, you know, a decent trade right here if you come down and test the 618. So that might look like this, right? Test the 618, stop below these ones, and take profit up here for a 2.3R trade. Decent little scalp on REQ BTC, and actually it's not the RLC. Nulls BTC, well, we had this trade a couple of weeks ago. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we are now just moving up like a rocket ship above this red box resistance. I would like to see a daily open and close above this red box. I would then long the first retest. And actually, if we're getting a yeah, so the 4-hour is looking very good too. So if we get a daily close above and the 4-hour has a nice rounded retest, I might take that trade before the actual, but I gotta wait for tomorrow because we have the daily close in 12 hours. So gotta wait till tomorrow and see if we might get a rounded retest on the 4-hour. AMB BTC, this is bouncing exactly like it's supposed to. So if you guys remember, I marked out these two horizontals as a support area, and if you look closely, it's just a perfect bounce of that support area. If you took this trade, congratulations. I've talked about this for a while, and I've also talked about this possible move on the lower time frames, right? So the next trade on this one, it's, you know, gonna be higher risk obviously, but I mean this one is pretty good too. Where should you take your profits? Let's see, daily. Needed that daily level. So yeah, I like this level above here. So that's a good 2.78R. Let's look at the 1-hour right here. So what are we looking for? We are looking for a 4-hour open and close above this level, you would then long the first retest stop below this area. Quite like that setup. Gonna take a closer look at that one after the video. And yeah, if you're taking this one, probably risk about 0.5 to 1% of your portfolio. This is a quite risky trade. Ren BTC, we're getting some very nice moves from Ren. We have if this daily candle closes above this red box resistance, we have the first open and close above. So gonna wait till tomorrow, and if we do close this candle above, we will most likely have a trade like this, right? Stop below that area, and we're just gonna let it run, right? REP we had I would say this is more looking like a fake out on a daily, so I need to see some more price action and an actual bounce and continuation to the upside before this is interesting for a long. Now, time for the Forex markets, and this is we got some great action on the Forex market right now. So USD versus the Japanese yen. I'm looking at this. So on the 4-hour, we have the 21 EMA complement with the RLC of this whole move right here. Looking at the hourly, I like to use this low here to this high here, because this kind of looks like, on the hourly, it kind of looks like this was the beginning of the move on the lower time frames. On the 4-minute, we have the 21 EMA complement with the midpoint of the RLC. Let's remove the moving averages and look at only price. What am I seeing here? Well, I'm seeing I've got these levels marked out, right? So we have a important area right here as support. We bounced off that one right here. That took us up to the high up here. And we kind of broke out of this range right here. And I do think we are very likely going to see... Sorry about that, had a phone call. So yeah, and I'm thinking if we bounce here, I think that looks like a good level for a possible bounce, because these are the last highs pre-breakout. So I'm interested in taking a long down inside that RLC, and I'm probably going to you know, we had a pretty nice bounce here around the 618. I'm probably going to wait for an actual bounce inside the RLC and then long when price gets above the 618, and the trade will look like this, right? So let's see, something like this, if it makes sense from a risk to reward ratio, and it kind of does, right? I like that. I like that a lot. And the stop loss can even be tighter. Could be tighter, depending on how price action looks when it comes inside the RLC. The Euro USD here. So I've exited my short on Euro USD. So obviously it's you know, returning to a so I exited Euro USD on break even, and I'm going to show you a trade I took on yesterday before going to bed, right? I've entered these orders, so I have let me just break it down for you here, right? So I was waiting for, if we were to see a 4-hour close above this area, I would exit my short position at break even. I would look to long, depending on how the breakout look, I would want to long this area, right? Because this is the last high area pre-breakout, and this is the breakout candle. And here's what I wanted to enter a couple of bids. Got filled on this wick right here, only for 33% of my position, so it's just a very small position. I got it trailing up, and I want to take profits at the weekly 200 simple. Where is the weekly 200 simple? So that's one's right here, right? So I want to take some profits right up in this area, right? So that's my take profit area for this one. Euro GBP. So missed this one is slightly, very unfortunate, but that's just shit that happens, right? So we broke out of this 4-hour range here. I was looking for a retest of range high. We had it right here. I was thinking maybe we can just, you know, try it again, but yeah, fuck it, you know, we bounced here. So yeah, should have had my entry higher. It's just, in hindsight, it's obvious. You gotta pay close attention to the details when trading. It's just so easy to make these small mistakes, because if you look at the last highs pre-breakout, it's this one, it's already tested. I should have just used this high up here, this wick, you know, this wick, right? I should have used this level for an entry. That would have been perfect. God damn it. Whatever, shit happens, move on, note it in the journal. What am I supposed to do next time I'm trading Euro, GBP? When you have a strong move like this one and you already had the range high tested, maybe use the next high above. Euro Swiss, I'm in this one, looking beautiful, looking beautiful, looking beautiful. So what I'm looking for here, the bounce inside our long RLC by the 618. If you're not in this one already, you might have a pretty good opportunity right here. So let's remove this one for a minute. And another opportunity on this one that I'm really liking is this one, right? Very nice, very nice. Something like that, right? Very good. So I'm seeing this right now, and I have to adjust my orders a little bit. So I'll do it on mobile because I haven't logged on to the actual platform on my desktop. So I'm just gonna adjust it on mobile right here. And damn, it's today's been a great day in Forex. These trades today that got filled is just looking very good, looking very good. So all right, let's just right there. Stop loss, I gotta adjust a little bit. Give me a minute. Sorry about this, guys, but sometimes, you know, as a trader, when you see the opportunity and when you're in a trade and you see something that you know it's moving, you might have to, you know, be quick about it sometimes. So yeah, just like that. Perfect. There we go. So what I did right now, I actually added to this position because I really like this breakout right here. So I added to this position, and I'm going to see if we can get a 4-hour open and close above. That's going to be very interesting because I might actually add on this position on the retest. Now GBP USD, as you noticed, there's a lot of Forex pairs today, and I said that I'm gonna narrow down the list to only like a small amount of pairs to watch. But I mean, when there's so much action going on, there's just gonna be a long list, right? So this is one trade that I took yesterday in the Burbness, right? So right here we have yes, we enter right here. Very nice, right? Quite perfect entry right here, and took some profits up here this high. So that's then you could have repeated this setup right here too. You might have gotten filled on this one too, and it should have taken your straight up to take profit area here too. So very nice. GBP JPY. This one I'm in now, and this first retest of this prior support area now turned resistance. I want to take profit down here. Might actually have to readjust the stop loss and take profit area on this one, but this is a trade I'm in, looking very good. Euro versus Canadian dollar. I'm looking for the Euro CAD to actually come up and test this area like this. I want to see a confirmed reaction up here first. Silver, I'm still looking for a breakout of this diagonal right here. Confident with this resistance area. Should happen. If this thing is bullish, we should have a breakout here, and I would like to long this area if it happens. All right, so finally S&P 500. This is not looking too bad actually, and this might be the reason that the market is looking so good right now. And because, you know, the S&P 500 is moving up, Bitcoin is moving up, and usually when it looks like this, it usually happens together. If we get a reclaim of this area right here on the S&P with a daily open and close above, I'm actually very bullish for this on this, and I think it's going back to the all-time highs, right? Brent crude oil, BCO USDT. This is a trade that we took before on Friday, I think. We entered this one on Friday. A beautiful entry. I'm looking for a move all the way up to the breakdown area right here. So that's a good possible 5.65 hour. And this one is looking good. I'm just gonna let this one run, and you know, if we get a 4-hour open and close above this area, which it kind of looks like we are getting in 1 hour and 8 minutes, I'm going to probably raise my stop loss to below this wick right here. All right, guys, so that's just today's daily market update. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you guys tomorrow for another update.